by the way, and forgot to mention, we are going to box these two paintings. We're going to do it a little bit later because we need to take this painting to the post office right now. And post office closes in about an hour. This painting right here, Snow Angel. So we're going to the post office. Sound like a plan? I'm Richard. Welcome to our channel. If you're new to our channel, we're making a video tutorial today on how to box up paintings, canvas paintings on frames.
Because I paint. These are my paintings behind me.
This is a rather unusual video for us. We don't usually make this kind of video, but we're making it for two reasons. One, we found out yesterday that she sold 5 different paintings. As you can see, there's some paintings behind us. And we already boxed up 2. Let's see if we can show. Oh, camera's not going down. There it is. Okay, so those 2 have already been boxed. We boxed those last night. We got 3 more to box today. And we've sort of developed our own method for making them. How many paintings would you say we've put into our own, like, custom-made boxes at this point since you started painting and selling them?
Close to 100.
100's a good estimate. We got 3 more to box today. Actually, 2 people are buying 3 paintings. They're right down here, those paintings right there. So we're gonna be putting those into boxes. And the second reason we're doing the tutorial is that, I don't wanna sound like we're bragging or anything, but we're pretty good at making boxes for paintings. So let's start off by showing you the supplies that we're going to need in order to make this tutorial.
Sounds good.
We gotta go get everything. Okay, we have our supplies. First we have cardboard, very important. We also have various kinds of bubble wrap. I'll show you how to put that on the canvas in just a moment. We have a buffer piece of cardboard, a double thick piece. We actually we'll put this on the table and then we'll put this cardboard on top of that. This helps in avoiding scratching the table. We also have our tape and our little tape dispenser, handheld tape dispenser, which is very handy. We have a razor blade, all right, which we'll use to cut the boxes. And we also have earplugs because it's very loud when you pull the tape. And we're going to be using a lot of tape to box up each of these paintings.
We're going to wrap this one first. This is Blood Moon. It is a acrylic mixed media painting because I also used a different way of using acrylic paint. I used dried paint to create texture, and on the back I sign it because I personally don't like signing the fronts of paintings. I feel that it's too much of like a logo in your face. And I usually also put a quote on the bottom or somewhere on it. This one say, 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. And it's a quote by Buddha, which I thought was kind of fun.
Okay, the first thing we do is wrap it in this paper right here. What kind of paper is this?
That is special paper, packaging paper. I don't know the name of it.
Next thing we're gonna do is add some bubble wrap. This is a 16 by 20 inch canvas frame. And painting this size, what we usually do is first cover the corners. This is how it turned out. Sometimes what we do, depending on the size of the canvas, is also put bubble wrap here, 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 and here. These particular pieces are maybe slightly thicker than we would normally use, and they provide a lot of protection. The way that we're gonna box this, you'll see in just a moment, I don't think it's necessary to put any more bubble wrap here. Okay, so we're gonna start cutting our box. Okay, we have our box here, and we have our protective box underneath. This is a pretty unique situation because this box, let me take this just for a second. All right, this is it right here. It appears that we're not going to need to cut any of it up. We can use the exact size of this, and the only thing we need to do is cut this bottom half off. So that's what I'm gonna do now. We're going to use this entire thing. In fact, it's almost perfect. It's probably slightly too big on this side, or these two sides, but just by a little bit. So I'm going to shave about an inch or maybe an inch and a half off of just one side. Otherwise, this side is perfect. What we're looking for here is a piece of cardboard that is about 3 inches bigger on each side of the canvas than the canvas itself. So if you take the back part out, just for a moment, just so you can see, roughly speaking, we could probably cut a little bit more here, but otherwise you got about 3 inches or 2 inches on each side. Did 2 inches on this side over here. That leaves with a little bit more. I could cut a little bit more over here. But actually, it's good to have a little bit extra. So we're just gonna go with this size. All right, I've done this quite a bit, so I'm going to estimate instead of using the canvas and the bubble wrap as a guide. So we're going to take the canvas off, and what I'm going to do is we need to cut out squares on each of the corners, but we do that by outlining where the canvas is going to sit. So at about 3 inches from the edge, we're going to go all the way around, make an outline. Okay. Also a little trick, you can see how there's some print on this side and there's no print on that side. So this is going to be our inside. Occasionally we forget to do that, but if you don't want any print on the outside of the box that's going to be shipped, always make sure that your print is facing upwards like this. All right. Now I'm going to cut my corners. And corner number 4. Also, in addition, we're going to be covering these spaces right here. We'll show you how to do that in just a moment. Next step is to actually just lay a piece of tape on where we outlined. It's going to make our life easier. Okay, now we're ready to make the bottom half of our box. We can do this easily just by folding up. Let's see if you can see that. Folding up on where we made our outline. You always want to make sure the two sides are tight. Definitely helps to have two people here. Okay. So now that's our that's the bottom of our box. That actually looks pretty good. And we're gonna be able to just cover that crease right there with some small pieces. We'll actually use the squares that we cut out just a moment ago. We'll take the camera off here to get a closer look at what we did just now. So now our box will not, it won't bend because we've braced it and we've re-supported it with pieces in here like this.
It's reinforced.
Yep, they're pretty easy to put in too. All right, so we're gonna test to see if our canvas fits. Should be snug. All right.
That is the goal.
All right, so what you're gonna notice here, and this is really something important that we did not know in the beginning, but we've done this a lot, is it looks like the box is a little bit, it's stretching a little bit. That's perfectly fine. If the box were to be too big, if the box were to come out to here, we would need to put more bubble wrap in. And you're always playing the let's save as much bubble wrap as possible game because the stuff is expensive. So we're gonna be able to stuff a little bit of bubble wrap over there because it looks like it's a little bit longer. We'll probably could use some right over here. But this right over here is perfect, and you can see why you don't need any more bubble wrap here because this is probably not going to ever break the frame. Once we get our top on, this will be totally secure. Something else that we do is we put one of these below and one of these above in the center. So we've taken the box, excuse me, the painting out of the box. That's in the center right there. We're gonna put the painting right back in. All right. And just one is probably good enough. We're also gonna lay one right on top here. What we have here is the remainder of the box that we cut initially. We're going to just line it up with one of the corners. See how down here it's got this excess, and because this is too big, we're gonna cut that part off. So I'm lining it up with this corner right here. And see how this doesn't fit perfectly? There's still a little bit of space here. We're gonna be able to easily cover that up or close that up with the tape, as long as you make sure that tape is tight.
It's actually more ideal.
It's actually more ideal, that's right, yeah. Excess box needs to be cut off sometimes. It's not rocket science, folks. All right, so then we have a perfect size. We don't even have to cut over here. Oh, looks like we got our top. Okay, so what that means is we can get rid of the buffer because we're done cutting. There's a lot of ways you can go about doing this now. What I like to do is just get one little piece on each side tight. So that way we can then pick the box up like this and tape it as we go around, get all the corners and get all the sides. So this is how we usually do it. All right. Start with this side right here. Make sure this is super tight. And I go 3 ways around: top, side, and then underneath. And we'll go to the other side. Get a long enough piece like this. Right in the middle, top, get it tight, side, and then underneath. All right. In fact, let go. That's already, in just those 2 pieces, gonna hold, at least if you know, like the painting probably won't come out. Probably.
Probably.
All right. What I like to do here, since we're gonna do one side and one side, is not go in the center, but go where the crease is. Just to give extra reinforcement. Okay. Make sure that's tight. All right, we got our 4 sides taped. All right. Now we can begin covering the rest of all the holes, so that way there is absolutely no even tiny little hole.
It's sealed.
So it's sealed.
I think we're good.
That's pretty much it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
That was an easy box.
16 by 20 inch frames on canvas are not that difficult for us anymore. If you've never done it before, this can be a challenging proposition. Like we said in the beginning, we've done a whole bunch, so we know what to look for. But I think it's really easy if you were to do it. If you just watch what we did, you'll be able to do it easily too. Just know that you can make the cardboard conform any way you want. It's not easy for everybody to think about it that way, but that was how I learned to do it in the beginning. When I go back and look at our old videos when we first started selling and boxing paintings and filming that process, it took maybe more than 10 boxes to start looking like this. But we've never had a complaint, I don't think.
No. I don't believe so.
I don't believe so. So if you enjoyed that, please click the like button. Thank you for supporting us. Subscribe if you're new. And let us know in the comments if you've ever boxed a painting or if this tutorial was helpful for you. Anything else?
That's all.
That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.